Alright, welcome back. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Some tech news of the week. I think we'll just focus on Linux news for this past week and stay away from Windows and other tech news. This will be a short one. I think what I'll do with this is I'll just go straight into the news articles and then finish this up, go into the chat room or look into the comments in the chat section, and then we'll call it a night. I hope everyone had a good week. I just got back from having a little snack, a late night dinner with a friend of mine here at one of the local restaurants, and I'm feeling good. So, okay, let's go straight into the news, and if you missed anything, of course, you can just play this back later. I'm going to check the stream real quick. Looking good. Okay. Let's go ahead and transition here. Okay. Let's go into the news. Well, the big news for me has to be Ubuntu Mate 17.10 Alpha 2. Welcome Unity 7 refugees. Great tagline. I've talked about this before last night or a couple nights ago. I like this so much I installed this in my 9-year-old Toshiba satellite laptop. It is an Alpha 2, so if you are new to all this, don't install this. Things will break. Unless you happen to have a spare machine, then by all means install it. So check out Ubuntu Mate 17.10. It's looking good, and this is Ubuntu Mate, really the lead developer, Martin Wimpress, great guy. Terrific job with the evolving excellence of this superior Linux gold standard for distros, at least for beginners. So check out Ubuntu Mate 17.10. Alright, something from softpedia.com. Canonical releases new kernel security updates for Ubuntu 17.10, 17.04 and 16.04 LTSs, the usual patches. Make sure your system is up to date no matter what you use, whether it's Linux or Windows. And make sure your system is up to date to avoid the nasties. I haven't checked this out, but on ghacks.net, there is a guide for Android phones, or for the Google Android, a guide to Linux, an application for Android. I haven't tested this out, but apparently this comes with tutorials, information, and commands, a terminal emulator. It says here if you want to get to know Linux, besides this channel, of course, you have plenty of options to go about. You can create a live USB environment, boot your computer, and so on. So check it out. It is a guide to the Linux app for Android. We talked about this last night, 6 reasons why GNOME is still the best desktop environment. Some of you guys laughed at this. The top 6 reasons, this is from opensource.com, briefly smart and stable. Stays out of the way, not sure about that one. Display switching actually works, how exciting. Lots of extensions, that can be a hellish nightmare for beginners. Dynamic workspaces feature, I guess that's fine. Customizable themes, what's so special about this? Just about every Linux distro is customizable. But, interesting article, check it out and see what you think on opensource.com. Sparky Linux 5 has been released. This is from the linuxinsider.com. Great all-purpose distro for confident Linux users. So that would imply it's not really for newbies, but that's okay. I think I tested Sparky Linux about a year or so ago. There's a gaming edition, which was interesting. But according to this article, this person likes it because sparks fly with Sparky Linux. So check it out. And finally, one of my favorite Linux distributions, Linux Mint. They have begun work on the development cycle for 18.3. It says here some really exciting improvements. I think every single release has really exciting improvements. Not to take anything away from the team here, but looks like we have Cinnamon gained support for hybrid sleep. The login screen is more configurable than before. That's not really special to me, but still. They started work on Linux Mint 18.3. I'm using the previous one here in Linux Mint Mate version. It looks and feels great. One of my favorites, one of the best all-around Linux distributions, Linux Mint for anybody, and not just for beginners. So check out Linux Mint. Okay, let's finish up with the chat. Nasmus is in the house. Yeah, you made it in the beginning this time. Yes, you did. Nasmus, this is just for you. Chuck Carrington's in the house. Hello. Mark Kennedy, of course, is in the house. Hello, how are you? Let's see. Does it also replace display server from Zora? I don't know, Nasmus. I was just breezing through those news articles briefly. This will be a short one for tonight. Netra Amarosi, yes, welcome. And let's see. You know that the mainstream Ubuntu is making Wayland default. Yes, I think I caught that yesterday. So I think now that there will be no mirror display. You remember the controversy started 5 years ago, mirror versus Wayland, back and forth. So it looks like the winner is Wayland by default, I guess. Charlie is in the house. Good day. Sorry you're late to the Cool Kids Hangout. Well, welcome, Charlie. Yeah, this is just a brief Linux Live news, or Linux News Live. I normally do these once a week, talking about technology in general, but this I just talked about Linux for this one. So, but the Linux news part is done. I'll stick around for a few more minutes if you guys have any news articles to talk about or any news items. Go ahead and post it now in the chat and we'll talk about it briefly. But I'm done as far as the Linux news of the week. For me, the big excitement is the Alpha 2 of Ubuntu Mate 17.10. It's looking good. I installed it in my one of my test machines, a Toshiba Satellite laptop, and it runs pretty good so far. Netra, let's see, you found a bit of a gem. Yandex Browser on Android can use desktop Chrome extensions. Only browser I've seen that can use extensions. Well, that's cool. Does it sound weird that some Android devices are running on Intel processors? I don't know. Does it? Yandex Browser. Let's take a quick look at that. You're finding it hard to choose between Linux Mint. I don't think it's a game here. If you are new to Linux, absolutely Linux Mint Mate. The repositories, the software choices in Solus, a little bit on the light side. That may be good, that may be bad, depending on what you're looking for. Cody, welcome. Let's see. Yandex Browser, is that what it is? Let's check it out real quick. Good evening, Cody. Let's see here. Fast and convenient browser. I think they're all probably fast and convenient. I've been running the new Brave browser and it freaking flies. So let's see here. Turbo mode, security, smart box. Content recommendations. Turbo, of course. Yandex beta on Linux has a bug with language. Okay. So it is available for Linux. All right. Let's see here. Why do I choose Made for Beginners? Less issues, less bugs. The extensions, Nasmus, the spices or whatever. Half of them never seem to work. And I think the Mate desktop environment, I think it looks better. I think it's easier. Strictly my opinion. So let's see. As far as Yandex goes, we have Windows and Mac. Okay, a deb version and RPM version. Interesting. Might have to check it out. Looks cool. Let's see, speaking of Linux distros, I'm kind of liking how Pop! OS is shaping up, even though I don't own a System 76 laptop. Okay, well, they've decided to have their own. Since Unity's being dropped officially from Ubuntu, they decided not to go with the Ubuntu stock GNOME, or whatever it's called, for the next release of Ubuntu. Yeah. Windows and Android versions work fine for Yandex. Okay, cool. Is it just a language thing that's an issue, Netra? Just saw your Amazon link for Linksys routers. I didn't know they updated the good old WTRT router. Yeah, Charlie, I've had good luck with. I'm using admittedly an outdated Linksys router now, but it still works. Yeah, so yeah, I've had pretty good luck with Linksys. I've tried Belkin is pretty good. I can't think of the other ones. Net something. And one other one that comes to mind, I can't think of the top of my head, but I stuck it out with Linksys. It seems to work okay. Didn't like pop at all. I'm old-fashioned, like my desktop icons and left start menu. I customized the excuse me. I customized Ubuntu Mate, the latest alpha one, using the Mutiny panel configuration. I'll have to show you that sometime this week or next week. I'll do a maybe a live event on Ubuntu Mate, the newest one. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't like when I install a Linux distro. I don't like to go into a lot of work customizing or extensions or add-ons. I just want it to work out of the box. Minimal configuration. So yeah. TP-Link has a good range. Okay, Netgear, that's the one I've had before. Netgear, yeah. Do you guys find it funny that Windows now uses Linux version? Yeah, I know. But this Yandex Browser, let's see what it says for security real quick. DNS spoofing protection, protect active security technology, scans files and websites for viruses, blocks, fraudulent. Oh, okay, all right. That's good. That's good. If you need the latest exchange rates or weather forecast, all right. But yeah, I've been. I'm going to show you Brave browser real quick. It'll load. Come on and load. It likes to translate some places to Russian. Ah, da, comrade. Okay. But this is the Brave browser. I kind of like this. Very simple to use. 312 trackers blocked. 313. 72 ads blocked. 171 HTTPS upgrades. Estimated time I saved 20 seconds. Ooh, interesting. But check out the Brave browser. Not bad, something new. That's one of the fastest ones I've ever tested for a browser. Haven't installed this in Linux yet. I mean in Windows yet, but I think this one's going to be alright, so check it out. Windows now seems like a Linux desktop copycat more than a serious OS. Well, all I can say, Massacre, is Windows 10 works, especially in gaming. Is it a copycat? Maybe. You have to be brave to use it. Well, it works. Yeah. Everyone copies from everyone. I suppose so, sooner or later, Nasmus. Yeah. Maybe that's a good thing in the long run. You know. Long run, so I don't know. Yeah, Brave is a work in progress, Charlie, but it seems okay. Brave also has a proper file menu, which can be turned on in the options section. Okay. I don't know if I have a favorite browser. You know, it seems like each one has its own little pluses and minuses. I've seemed to have the best luck with Chrome for whatever reason. You hate Windows 10. You hate the GUI. Yeah, I don't hate the GUI. Yeah, the update process. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But I think Windows 10 looks fine. The GUI looks fine. So. People are going back to Win 7. Charlie, I think Microsoft has dropped support for Windows 7, haven't they? I think they did. So whoever's running Windows 7, you are running an outdated, insecure system, I do believe, if I am not mistaken. LastPass, oh, the password manager. Okay. Be using Firefox Portable with unblocked origin for ages, works off a USB stick. Ah, okay. Does it run any faster, Charlie? I think Firefox 55 is supposed to run considerably faster. Until 2020. Okay. Alrighty. So Windows 7 till 2020. Alright. Firefox just got to a point where you can actually use it without crashing or being super slow. Alright. Okay. It doesn't crash. It just does. It's not as fast as the other ones. They dropped Vista support. Yeah, that I know. Yeah. But yeah, this Firefox 55 should be released soon. But there was an article somewhere on they had like a gazillion tabs open and it still ran considerably faster. So performance settings for Firefox. Anyway. Did you hear Firefox is adding anonymous file? Yeah, yes I did, Charlie. Yeah, me and Rocco, Big Daddy Linux, he had mentioned it on the News and Nonsense report we recorded Thursday night. Check it out. It was an extended News and Nonsense. We spoke for 30 minutes or more. I shortened it down a little bit. But yeah, that was mentioned. I think that's perfectly fine. Yeah, if you want to transfer a file, I think it's good for 24 hours, and once you have it, then it's gone or something like that. I cracked the joke. It's kind of like Mission Impossible. Should you choose to accept this file, it will self-destruct in 5 seconds. You haven't tried 54, it's definitely on par with Chrome in my case, which I usually have considerably more tabs. Okay, well, I still think Chrome is faster, Cody, but thank you though, yeah. Yeah. It's gotten better, Firefox has gotten better, but Chrome is still faster, in my opinion. Chrome, I think all of them. Chrome is faster, Opera, Vivaldi, Brave, but that may change in the future. Yeah, same method as photos on Snapchat, yes. Use Chrome 90% of the time, but also use Firefox and Edge because I don't want a monopoly rendering engine. Ah, okay. Yeah, it was called IE6, yeah. 24 hours or a download, whichever happens. Okay, that sounds about right, Cody, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's a feature I would use or something I would do, but sure. I think it's perfectly fine, yeah. You know, Firefox used to be the darling of the web browsers, but you know, Chrome has surpassed it, and I think Firefox is trying to catch up. So yeah. Browsers that run as multiple processes tend to run faster as long as you aren't low on RAM. I guess it all comes down to the RAM, huh? At least some of it. Let me close out some of these tabs here. Wire Instant Messenger, Charlie, that's the first I've heard of it. I mentioned something last night that's new. I forget what it's called now. It's a good replacement for Skype. Okay. Yeah, there was something last night. I think it's just called Ring or something like that. I'd have to go back and look. Vivaldi also runs as multiple processes. Excuse me. Vivaldi also runs as multiple processes inherited from Chromium. All right. The days of WordPerfect and Netscape. Yeah, in the 90s. Oh, how the tech world has changed there, Charlie. Yeah. You sit here watching this while partitioning your disk in preparation for an OS install. Well, I'm glad I could distract you, Cody. Be careful. Partitioning, don't make a mistake. Lin does what Win don't. Well, I could reverse that. Win does what Lin don't, and that is play games. At least play games superbly. So I had to use custom partitioning to install Ubuntu Mate alongside Windows 10, but I got it running. Bad Wolf is in the house. Bad Wolf plays. Bad Wolf, when do you never play, right? So anyway, yeah, I started off the show with some Linux news of the week, and we're pretty much done with the news part. I'm going to wrap this up here soon. So Vivaldi and most of these browsers use Chrome's Blink rendering engine. Okay. They don't help diversity in web standards. Only Safari, Firefox, and Edge are actual alternative browsers. Okay. Yeah, it was the video Spatry did. It was pretty good. Yes, absolutely. Lin plays games. That depends, Bad Wolf. That depends on the elusive, superb, semi-perfect, superb video drivers. So, now for gaming, I don't play a lot of games, admittedly. But when it comes to gaming, Windows 10 has it nailed. Works 10 out of 10 times, no problems. Partitioning, how do you set up Linux to install apps on a separate partition drive? I've never done that. I know there are different ways to have multiple, or setting up a home partition to save all of your folders, documents and stuff. Normally I just set up, I'm trying to think now what I did last night. I normally set up a swap partition and a root / mount, and that's how I do it. That may not be the wisest way to do it, Charlie, but yeah, I know some users have a third partition or more to save apps, files, folders. I think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I do it under just two basic partitions, and that's good enough for me. All these various niche browsers will do is just encourage people to optimize their sites, okay? For Chromium's rendering engine. He spent a few hours building Arch, the Archway. XQT is the worst ever. Oh no. Yeah, I don't mess with Arch. I've messed with Antergos and Revenge OS. Those are okay. Yes, Plasma, the latest Plasma Massacre is pretty good. I have it installed on my backup desktop machine, so it's not bad at all. Yeah. Fix slowness. I did fix slowness with Firefox. I use Brave. Haha. Anyway. Graphics support for your device was dropped after Windows 7. Okay. User and opt to separate partitions. You may want to check, Charlie, the Ubuntu forums on how to do that correctly. I don't know off the top of my head, to be quite honest. You don't have a daily driver, Bad Wolf? Okay. Is there a reason why? Couldn't get Archload Zorg display in VM Player. Don't use VirtualBox. Well, in the past, VM Player I've had better luck, better performance, Nasmus, with VM Player, but I don't know if that's really true anymore. You know, with the latest updates to VirtualBox. So yeah. The infamous KDE. The one that got neglected. Well, up until the latest one, Massacre Plasma was, you know, take it or leave it. But I like it. I have Ubuntu, the latest Ubuntu installed, and it seems okay. Yeah, it seems all right. Tergos went to hell. Oh no! Tested it in a virtual machine, Bad Wolf. It seemed okay, but that's as far as I went. So yeah. Alright guys, a few more minutes and I'm done for the evening. There wasn't really any earth-shattering or breaking news for Linux this past week, none that I recall. So let's do a quick odd news real quick item. See if we can have a last laugh for tonight. Yeah, check out VirtualBox. I've had pretty good luck with it, yeah. I like to finish off with oddball news. Dog shows off tightrope skills on owner's clotheslines. See this here? That is so funny. That's a pretty a talented pup. Oh my. Car filmed in bizarre upright position. Wow. Man arrested for driving with 2 stolen lampposts on car? Holy moly. CCTV catches man in wheelchair holding on to car for wild ride. Boy. I don't mean to ignore your posts here, but this is just, some of this stuff is funny. Anyway. Let's see. Win 10 LTS channel supported for 10 years but cannot be licensed unless you are enterprise. Ah. Okay. Butter or BTR FS any different in speed? I think it's supposed to be a little bit faster, Massacre. I think I've read that somewhere, but yeah. Oh yeah, Cody, that dog on a tightrope. I've never seen that. In China, duh. Where else? That's funny. There he is. Of course, the question is, how did he get up there, right? I want to take a look at that card, then I'm done, guys. So, you used to hold on to the back of a truck while on a skateboard. Okay, alright, okay. This is a weird... Let's take a look at this here, and then we'll wrap this up, so... car filmed in bizarre upright position on Connecticut Road. It looks like it's like ballet dancing. So there's the picture of the car. How's it hanging? Is there like a power line? was tangled after traveling up a support wire during a storm. Ah. That does look bizarre, doesn't it? Yeah. Wow. The mother and her children were rescued safely from the vehicle. Okay, alright, so no one got hurt. Very good. Very good. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, final minute, guys, and we'll wrap this up. Alright, Bad Wolf, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I always had fun. Always have fun, Nasmus, with the odd news, because I never know what to expect. I don't, you know, I don't plan these necessarily this way, or I don't research oddball news. I like to get right to it, right before you guys see it. I see it, or we see it together, and just laugh together. So, yeah. All right, Chuck, have a good one. So thank you. If I missed anything on the news, let me know, guys, for the next one. But thank you for stopping by, to all of you who normally stop by. To those viewers in the future who come across the channel, why not subscribe if you like what you see? Consider supporting this Total OS Today channel. There are links below. Amazon links if you shop. Well, it won't cost you anything. Of course, the Patreon and PayPal links below. And sometimes I'll post some exclusive Patreon-only information or uploads on the Patreon site, such as audio downloads. And I'm done. So have a good night, and I think I'll catch you, well, sometime during the week, I'm sure. I think maybe the next one we'll talk about, I'm not sure, maybe Ubuntu Mate, the latest one, or something like that. So alright, guys. Yeah, Nasmus, thank you. Love to all you guys. Thank you. And that's it. See you on the next one. Be safe. Enjoy your technology. And, of course, please don't text and drive. Adios.